channel. Today we're going to be doing a 6-month ownership review of our Mustangs. Can you believe it's been that long already?
Crazy, time's flown. But in this video, I'm going to be asking you your opinions.
And I'm going to be asking you yours.
Yeah, should be an interesting video.
So I hope you enjoy it, guys. Make sure you leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of content and you want to see more in the future, and drop a comment and a like. So, you obviously wanted a Mustang for a while. Well, we both wanted a Mustang for a while. What do you think the best thing about the Mustang is?
Does that answer the question?
Whiplash.
Having a 5-litre lump under your right foot, that is probably 95% of the reason that you own these cars, isn't it, really? They're a great car, but I bought an engine with a car wrapped around it, in my opinion. It's got to be the V8 engine, hasn't it? I mean, these cars wouldn't be half of the same thing without that engine. I've not driven a 2.3 EcoBoost, and I'm definitely not bashing that. If you've got one, you've got a nice car, but it's got the V8. I can only speak for the V8, and what an engine. So what's the best thing about a Mustang for you then?
So, I mean, you've really said it there. It's the V8. It's all about that V8. I mean, I've loved American muscle cars for as long as I can remember.
Way before me.
Yeah. I've always wanted one from a very, very young age. I just love that sound, that V8 engine, and that's definitely the draw for me. But obviously, because you give that answer anyway, I will try and mention something different, which is the sound system in this, which really, really surprised me. I remember when you first got it and you said, Frank, you're going to be so shocked by the sound system. It packs a punch, the shaker sub, doesn't it?
The shaker's great, yeah.
Wow, it does shake.
It definitely shakes. That might be a reason for some of the interior rattles.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Blasting M&M on the way back from work. Yeah, it's mega. It's really, really good system, actually. I mean, we've had cars with sort of Bose. We've got experience with the Burmester system as well, which was in the Macan T. And look, I'm not saying it's as good as those systems because they're very expensive, but it certainly has a punch to it, doesn't it? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's good sound quality. It's obviously not perfect. It's not sort of studio quality or anything like that. I mean, but it does sound clear enough. But it's got that bass to it.
There's a lot of bass. I think they need it to sort of like drown out the engine.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know when they say like midlife crisis car? And when I had my Jag, everyone said, "Oh, you're having a midlife crisis." This feels more of one of them for me, because every time I jump in this, it takes me back to being younger again. I've got a noisy car, and it's got a loud exhaust and a sub in the boot and everything. I just love all that. Like,
I've got a bit of bad news for you.
I'm not young.
You're past your midlife now. Can't class it as that anymore.
It's a later life crisis.
That's the one, yeah. A pre-geriatric crisis.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
Sorry, I went there.
Unbelievable. So, on the other end of the spectrum then, what things do you dislike about the Mustang?
Running a V8. No, to be fair, you don't get into something like this. And I'm not going to play that card of don't get one if you can't afford to do it. It's not about that. No. It's not about that. There is going to be some extra running costs with running a 5-litre engine. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But for me, something that overrides that is just the interior quality. Some of the fit and finish is just not quite up to scratch with some of the German equivalents, really. I think BMW, Mercedes and Audi just sort of have them on that front, really, in the sense. But then again, you know, these are a sort of mid £40,000 car new. Probably in today's market, you're talking more 50, 60. But when these were new, that was what the retail price was. And you've just got to think, obviously, they need to cut some costs somewhere in the manufacturing. So, you know, some of the materials, that's just pretty much raw plastic. There's no sort of nice soft touch plastics, really. There's a little bit around the center console. The tops of the dash are wrapped quite nicely. The seat material, it's not the highest quality of leather. I just wonder what the long-term wearability of
Yeah,
this
with
sort of thing
60,000
would be
miles,
like.
70,000 miles on the
I mean,
clock.
our cars are quite low mileage still, and obviously we really look after them, but I do just wonder what they might look like long term.
Yeah, that's it. The thing is, I know you're really particular, and so is John as well, with like rattles in the car. I know
Drive me insane.
it really annoys you. I mean, I'll just turn the music up a little bit to get rid of that. But yeah, I know it drives you insane. I know you've changed cars for that before.
Yeah.
So how does this compare to things like, because I know you've had like the Abarth and things like that as well, which was a complete rattle thing.
Yeah, a little bit of a rattle basket. But to be fair, I bought that car brand new.
Yeah.
And then it developed some squeaks and rattles pretty quick. Obviously, hard suspension again. And that's the nature of these types of things.
Yeah.
They are a little bit more firm. It's not going to ride like an S-Class, clearly. And some of those vibrations are going to enter into the cabin at some point. And, you know, our particular examples are like, what, 9 years old?
Yeah.
You can't expect them to ride like a new car.
No.
So, going back to the question, what was your question? Do the rattles bother me? Was that the question?
Yes.
Yes, they bother me. But mine doesn't have that many. And to be fair, yours isn't too bad. I think what's rattling mainly here is the keys and phone and probably some
and
coins
that button.
Is that a rattler?
That button.
Oh, that'd have to go. I'd have to like duct tape that down or something. No, to be fair, yeah, probably get that one done under warranty.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, not too bad overall. I've had worse.
Yeah.
Are there anything that you don't like about this car?
So, I mean, similar to yourself, really, it is the build quality. And I'm not saying like I don't like the interior, because I love like these switches here, like the tactile switches. Like I love this kind of era car. I don't like touchscreens, which obviously this has got, but all the other stuff isn't.
Buttons.
Like, yeah, it's got the buttons all over your steering wheel and everything. Like, that's really nice. So it's not the interior I don't like, it's just the quality of certain bits, as you mentioned. Some of the plasticky and some of the little rattles, and as mentioned, I've got a rattly button here. Yours is perfect.
Solid.
I might do the switcheroo on that one.
Yeah, that's what you think. Obviously, previous owner of yours liked cruise control.
Busted done, yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's the only thing for me, and it's not a massive criticism because I knew what I was getting into. I knew it wasn't going to be the same as the BMs and Audis and so on. However, and also, I suppose, if they would have put the nicer interior in, it's an extra 10, 20 grand car, which then you're competing in a different kind of market. Yep. So, yeah, no real complaints about it, but that is probably the only downside, I'd say, with the car.
I think it's a very fair point, and I also like those little bit of switch gear down there, like you said. It's almost like a bit military inspired. It feels like a bit of a fighter jet sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's old school for me.
The designs,
yeah.
Bob on. It's a bit like the original '60s Mustangs, really.
Yeah,
they've kept the original sort of
design language.
What do they call them? These sort of canopies on the dash, and that design language is still very much the same as the old ones, which I really like.
Yeah, I love the look of it, I do. I love the look of it inside and out. So, yeah, no complaints there at all, really. But like I say, it's just something for buyers to be aware of. That's what you're getting into, the build quality. Yeah. Don't expect the build quality, or not the build quality, the materials used to be as nice as BM, Audi, and
we've had a few BMs. I personally had a 7 Series at one point, and that thing is based on a Rolls-Royce Ghost, and it was all leather wrapped everywhere, and the build quality was absolutely second to none. So even coming from something like that, this still doesn't really trouble me too much, because like we said before, it's all about the engine.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually spoke to a company to quote me on redoing the interior.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's very expensive, actually, because obviously it's all bespoke. You can choose your materials, you can choose your stitch colours. If you just want the door cards wrapping, or just the dash, or just the centre console, you can sort of do as little or as much as you want.
Yeah.
One company quoted like 2K just for the seats, so it's like £1,000 per seat.
So is that just a retrim on the seats?
That's just a retrim of the seats.
Yeah,
so they pull this material off and then wrap it in, higher quality leather.
Yeah.
So considered that at one point, but then never bothered. And then there was another company who I got into contact with about a full interior retrim, and it was at least 5 figures.
Really? Wow.
So obviously that's not going to be happening, but it would be pretty cool to have this platform, but retrimmed to a really nice fit finish. But hey ho.
That's fair. Now, at the moment, obviously, you're driving my car, so a little bit quieter than yours, but how would you find the attention from the public when you're driving around these sleepy little villages? And
I mean, look, you're driving a big V8 muscle car, you know, and then the fact that mine's bright yellow and yours is bright red, I mean, you could be driving a Nissan Micra in these colours and you're probably still going to turn heads.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Point being is, a lot of people get into these sorts of cars thinking they're going to get all the attention from the women. It's just not the case. I'm sorry. If you're buying a sports car to attract women, don't do it. Don't do it. Because what you are going to be attracting is middle-aged or 20s, you know, guys essentially, who, go on mate, give it a rev.
Yeah.
So you ever get, it's almost every journey. It's particularly coming through little villages, you know, give it a rev, or, you know, nice car, mate, which is lovely to hear, not complaining at all. But you don't buy a bright coloured American muscle car to go under the radar.
No, you certainly don't.
You know, don't buy it for the attention either, but that's just a byproduct of having a car like this.
Yeah.
So if that's not your bag, probably go for a C-Class. In grey.
Probably get a little bit less than yours because it's quieter.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like I get good attention. I mean, it's nice when, like, people are always going, oh, rev it, mate, and all that kind of stuff. Don't mind that at all, because we look at nice cars when they go past, and
it's like a mutual respect with like other petrol heads, isn't it?
Love it, yeah, love all that. And people asking questions when you pulled up on car parks or whatever.
Yeah,
so
petrol stations.
Yeah, that's it.
Second home.
Yeah, definitely. It is for you anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoy it, and it's always good attention, and yeah, never had any trouble or anything like that, which is nice.
And I think even for people that don't necessarily care about cars or know what it is, I think sometimes you know, they can even show an appreciation for something like this as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you make of the Mustang as a daily driver?
For me, it's an absolute joy to drive. I can't wait to jump in and go for a spin. It's one of them cars where, like, you just have a bad day at work and you think, do you know what? I jump in the car, I've put the sound system on, or you can hear that V8, and I just love it. I really, really enjoy driving the car, and I think it's such an easy car to drive. I mean, when you're in a bit of traffic, obviously the clutch does get a little bit heavy. My last few cars have all been auto, so it's my first time having a manual for probably 7 or 8 years, maybe, something like that. So that's one thing I've had to get used to, but it is an easy car to drive in all different types of roads. Yeah, I love it. I really, really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. No complaints at all. And obviously, as you know, got a 2-year-old car seat in the back, absolutely fine. Loads of room for him, big boot. It's a good family car as well as being a sporty, fun car as well. So yeah, it ticks all the boxes as a daily driver for me. 100%.
Best of both worlds.
Completely, yeah, completely.
Daily driver in the Mustang, it makes an absolutely fantastic cruiser, you know. As you know, a lot of my journeys are spent between country lanes and sort of A-road dual carriageways, and it's perfect. It's a good mile muncher. It's extremely comfy. I thought personally the suspension would be quite crashy.
Yeah.
Case in point, over the rumble strips. Good timing.
Not too bad.
I think it rides really quite well, actually.
Yeah.
As a daily driver, I can't fault the car, to be perfectly honest with you. It's done exactly what I wanted it to do. It's not too low, so it doesn't ground out.
Yeah.
We're coming through a little village now with some speed humps. It's never once ground out, as long as you take your time, which you always would in a car like this. But yeah, practically, it's a great daily.
Just as a bit of a comparison, obviously, because before this you had your Range Rover, and before that you had a M4. Now, I always remember you saying the M4 was so harsh for driving as a daily. Really, really harsh. And obviously, I know everyone knows the Range Rover is an absolute wafter, but how does this, I suppose, compare to the M4?
It's almost like a hybrid between the two in some ways.
Yeah.
The M4 was... Sorry if there's any F82 M4 owners out there. But
We
the
do
M4,
love them, by the way.
We love the car. The car's great, on track, amazing, what a machine. But they're so crashy, even in the most compliant setting for the suspension, because obviously it's got the different modes on the adaptive dampers. It was just too crashy. It was too much. I couldn't daily that car. I mean, as you know, I only owned it about 6 months and then I just had to get out of it. Range Rover, complete other end of the spectrum. It's like driving a mattress. As we touched on in our review video. If you haven't watched that video, then there's a link down in the description if you do want to see that. And the Mustang's a perfect crossover between the two. It does the comfy bit. It does the case in point. It's still a sports car at the end of the day. So the big one, running costs. What's it like to run a V8 day to day for you?
So for me, really, I mean, the big kicker, what people see is road tax.
Yeah.
750.
760.
760, even more expensive.
I thought your wife doesn't know.
760 a year, which is a bit of a kicker. So that's obviously in the UK. But really, for a day-to-day fuel consumption, I'm averaging 20.5 miles to the gallon, which is probably about 1 mile to the gallon less than what the Jag V6 was getting. So for me, that's not too bad. My driving is probably 70% city driving, and then the rest a bit of country lane and stuff like that now. So that's my kind of driving, and I don't think that's too bad. I'm probably filling up probably once a month, roughly.
You do know there's going to be people watching this laughing their heads off who are getting like 70 miles per gallon in a 1.5 Clio. Mentioning no names, John. It could be worse, right? I mean, it's a 5 litre lump V8. You're never going to come into something like this thinking that you're going to be getting the fuel efficiency of a Dacia Sandero. But, I mean, for me, I'm averaging
25.6.
Yeah, obviously there's a bit more motorway involvement on my driving.
Yeah.
So that goes without saying, really. But yeah, I don't think it's too bad. You know, it could be an awful lot worse.
Yeah.
It could be better, but it's a V8 at the end of the day. So if that bothers you, then buy the EcoBoost, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Still got that option. You can have the same car, but better economy.
Yeah. The next thing really is, just to touch on the road tax. I think if you get the 2017 or 2018 model, then it's on the cheaper road tax then at that point, I think.
The later car.
The later car,
right,
yeah.
okay.
So just a point on that.
Good to know.
But obviously you are paying a little bit more for the car as well. So it's just something to think about. Next thing really, service. So you've had a service done on this one now, haven't you?
Yeah, I took it back to Ford, main dealer. Obviously, we always like to keep our cars maintained as they should. The previous owner, might have touched on this in a previous video, over-serviced the car, which is never a bad thing, a little bit unnecessary, but this car had a service every 2,000 to 3,000 miles before, so he's got 17 service stamps, which is pretty bad. But good for me, because I know it's been looked after. So I've serviced it, I think I've done 35,000 miles in it now. Bought it was 24, so I had it serviced at about 8,000 miles ownership. And from memory, it's about £400 from Ford.
I think you paid just under that, if I remember correctly.
Was it?
Yeah, because I was asking, because I actually thought I was due a service.
380, something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I thought I was due a service, but it's at the service, they just never stamped the book at the time from my dealership. So getting that done, and they have sent me the invoice and receipt and everything, so I have got the evidence that it has been done.
Yeah.
But that's why I asked you about that one at the time. But I think on this one it does alternative services, so you'll have a basic and then a more expensive one. So typical to most cars now, how manufacturers do it. But again, that's just something to consider. So if you're buying a car and a dealership are saying, yeah, it just recently had a service, asking which service it's had done, so you can then work out what your next costs are going to be. Because I think you are looking around about 380, and then the next one up is probably, you could be looking at about double that. So just something to consider. So just tell us about your warranty, because you're due now, or your warranty, your renewals come through.
Yeah, renewals come through. It's a Ford Previews warranty, which is extendable. No pre-inspections required, because obviously the car was bought from a main dealer, so they don't. There's nothing to check in that respect. So for another 12 months, about £600, which is, I think it's quite average across the board, really. You can get these like third-party warranties, and as we know, some of them aren't worth the paper that they're written on. So I would personally steer clear from those if possible.
Yeah. And some of them are actually more expensive than that, third parties.
They can be, they definitely can be. So I don't think it's too bad. Personally, I've decided not to renew this time because these cars are pretty reliable.
Oh, touch wood.
I've said it now. Engine light on next week.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, generally speaking, our cars are low mileage, so we look after them, we use premium fuel, should be fine. And if any repair costs come in down the line, then I guess you just got to swallow that.
And hope it's less than £600.
Hope it's less than £600, and hope don't get 2 of those in a year. In which case, should have took the warranty.
So, obviously, you're driving my car at the moment. They're both 2016 V8 Mustangs, but how does this feel compared to yours?
Feels great because it's not my fuel. They are pretty much identical. There's a few like tactile differences. Obviously, I've got Alcantara wheel now. Yours is the original, so that feels a bit different. This feels a bit thin compared to mine. Another Bentley.
How many Bentleys are on here?
And another one. There was like 5 Bentleys in a row.
That's crazy.
It feels the same, to be honest. I think your gear stick is slightly lighter, maybe your clutch pedal slightly lighter, but there's not a lot in it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we made that comment quite...
When we test drove it.
Yeah, well, we did, that was it.
Yeah. I suppose the mechanical things at the end of the day, they're never going to be exactly the same, but I mean, your car's a little bit younger than mine in terms of mileage. Mine's, you're on 26,700. I'm on 32,000 now. No, 35,000.
35?
Yeah, 35, yeah. So, but yeah, that doesn't make any real difference. It doesn't feel a great deal different, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do, we'll cue a bit of B-roll now, because obviously you've got your carbon fibre trim in here, obviously the steering wheel. So we'll do a little bit of interior, just show you how they compare. But I think yours looks a little bit more modern now with them changes.
Yeah, I think certainly the wheel, I mean, that's a game changer for me.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, I think maybe if you were thinking this to be a long-term car, which I know deep down you're not, you'd probably go for that mod as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%. If
transforms the car.
Definitely, yeah. I think if I was keeping this for like 2 years, maybe I'd definitely get it done. But it was always going to be like a sort of 1-year plan. This car was, so didn't really want to chuck too much money into it. But that modification is incredible, and anyone who's thinking of doing that, I think no matter what kind of car you've got, I think it makes a big difference just having a brand new steering wheel on there. It's lovely. Yeah,
speak to Royal Steering Wheels. You can find them on Instagram. I'm going to bounce that question back to you now. You're behind the wheel of my car, so now you're using my fuel. What do you think? How does it compare?
As you said, really, it's very, very similar. It drives the same. It is the same car and everything, like you say, just probably 7,000-8,000 miles difference. But it feels just as solid. Jumping in and out with the gear change, I think the clutch is very, very similar. It's a minute difference, really, if any. But yeah, I mean, they both drive solid. So I think anyone who's looking to jump into a Mustang of this kind of era, they should all drive pretty much similar. So I think you know if you've got a dog on your hands. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, buyers beware. If you notice something where it just doesn't feel quite right, then
probably isn't.
It probably isn't, because the ones we've test drove and obviously these back to back, they're very much of a much, aren't they? Really. So yeah.
Yep. Agreed. So thanks everybody for watching. We hope that you've enjoyed the video, and hopefully this has been of some use to any of you guys out there that are considering getting into Mustang ownership. We've done quite a few miles between us now in these cars, so hopefully it puts us in a reasonable place to give some consumer advice. This is definitely not consumer advice, by the way. But if you did enjoy the video, please leave a comment down below.
Yeah, and also ask us any questions as well if you've got any thoughts about having a Mustang next. Ask us any questions, anything you're interested in. We're here to help if we can.
And don't forget to like,
comment,
and subscribe.
and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Cheers. Cool. You can chop that, can't you?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Let's film another one so we've got a few to
yeah.
choose from. Do you want to keep it rolling?